I am on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Welcome, everybody. I think I'm a little dark on this one. But hi, everybody, and welcome to What the Health. I got my shirt now, so you guys can order a shirt. What the health is wrong with you? It's not what you think. I see a lot of you have been waiting. I just turned on and you're already coming in. Hello, hello, hello. I'm a little closer today so I can actually say hello and read the screen. Hi, Craig. You're new here. Well, welcome. I'm going to share some stuff with you. Well, it's called me, Craig. I'm going to share some stuff with you about your health that you probably did not know. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Nikki. Hello. Hi, Veronica. How are you? Hello, everyone over here. Hey, Paisley, everybody that's joining. This is Friday. I come every Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, for my session of What the Health is Wrong with You. It's not what you think. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Debbie Williams. I'm a board certified nutritionist who focuses on liver health, gut health, hair, and skin. And I bring the noise. I don't know if I'm going to call it noise. I bring the news. I bring the tea. I bring the things that your doctor isn't telling you. I explain to you that what you think is wrong with you, what the health you think is wrong with you, it's not what you think. We take it from high blood pressure to autoimmune disease. But when we round it all up, what we need to understand is that the issues that we are having, normally it is because of an imbalance in our health. It's an imbalance what we eat. It's an imbalance in our body. And when we normalize, or when we change our diet, when we change our lifestyle, when we change the way we think, it can actually change your overall health and well-being. Well, today's topic, I'm discussing a detox program that I have been running now for a minute. And when I tell you this detox program that I have been running, hundreds of people have come through my detox program and their results are phenomenal. That I thought today I would come live to tell you, to talk about detox, because it's a big thing that we are addressing right now. To talk about detox, to talk about why you need to detox. I want to blow those myths out the water where they're telling you don't need to detox because your body can do it. Yes, our body can do it if the body is healthy, if the body is not damaged, if the body is not corrupted and disrupted. The body can, because our body God has given this body 5 main detox pathways. Your liver is the number 1 detox pathway. Then there's your kidneys. And then there is your skin, which is the largest organ in your body. Then we have our lymphatic system, and then we have our colon. Those 5 detox pathways is supposed to help us get any kind of junk and toxins and poisons and heavy metals out of our body. But unfortunately, because of our lifestyles, because of things that aren't known to us, because of what we're eating and we're drinking, pesticides, stress, our bodies are bogged down with toxins and poisons. And here's one many of you don't know: parasites. And so I want to share the story of 3 people, 3 women, phenomenal women, who joined my detox. And when I say wow, when I tell you what happened to them, actually there's more, but we don't have enough time. So I've chosen 3 women, 3 different women, to help you understand why you may need to detox. So first of all, I want you to understand that a detox is not, I would say, just a cleanse, okay? A lot of you do a detox, you think you're just cleansing. A true detox goes deeper than that. It's home cleaning. It's deep cleaning. It's like getting inside your body with a vacuum cleaner, a hose, and everything else, and getting everything out. When you detox, you need to focus on heavy metals like aluminum, mercury, arsenic, cadmium, all of those things. We need to focus on that. We also need to focus on parasites like, oh, I think I hear noise. Somebody's giving me a yay. Thank you for that. Thank you for the badge. Thank you for the hearts. But we need to focus on parasites. We need to focus on tapeworms. We need to focus on pinworms, because it is very common. And even I think it was the CDC even mentioned that 1 in 3 people are carrying around parasites and don't know it. And one of the things I want to share with you today is how parasites can mimic something else, and you think that you have, for an example, studies are out there, the evidence is backed. Parasites mimic high blood pressure. So when you go to the doctor and your pressure is up and your doctor's like, ooh, you have high blood pressure. Let me write you this prescription, and every month you go get your prescription filled. A lot of times, studies are showing that it's not that your pressure is up because you have high blood pressure, but it is because you have parasites in your body. And parasites, because they mimic high blood pressure. How do they mimic that? They deregulate your blood levels. So they're stealing your nutrients. So when they steal your nutrients, your body isn't getting what it needs. So now your blood levels are not regulated normally. So every time your levels are checked, it's high, it's off the roof. It might even be too low. But a lot of times it's parasites. That's one of the reasons why we need to detox often, and I don't mean every month because we don't want to do that to our body, but we need to detox because you never know when it is a parasite that is causing your doctor to diagnose you with some sort of chronic order. Even inflammation, it could very well be parasites. So let me share some stories. One of the stories I'm going to tell you about is someone who had fibroids. And if you have fibroids and you know someone who has fibroids, I need you to stay here today because this is going to blow your mind when you hear how detoxing the right way can actually help reverse the issues of fibroids. And how many of us have it? I know I had fibroids years ago. And if I know now, how do you say, if you know now what you knew then, or if I knew then what I know now, I would have never gone through the things that I went through. But I have helped, I would say, hundreds of people, women, not have to go through surgery at this point in time because we have changed our diet. We are using food as medicine, and these fibroids are starting to shrink. And this is life. This is real. But I just want to say, when we're talking about a real detox, we're talking weight loss. We're talking hair growing. We're talking skin glowing. We're talking mental clarity. We're talking, these are the things that happen when we help our body. And most of you know that you need this because you feel full, you feel uncomfortable, you feel weighed down, you can't sleep. There's a lot of things. Here's some signs that you may need to detox. Hair loss. That hair loss that you think that they're telling you that it's because your mother had it and it's genetics and you have alopecia because it runs in your family. Nope, 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 nope. That's not always the case. You might need to detox because, for one of the causes of hair loss is a vitamin D deficiency. And one of the causes of a vitamin D deficiency is a backed up, burdened liver. And one of the major organs that need to be detoxed is our liver. So hair loss is one of those that could very well be, we just need to get that vacuum cleaner in that body system and clean it out in the right way, not with just a bunch of liquids, but in the right way. And I'm going to share with you what the right way is. Another sign that you might need to detox, a lot of headaches. These headaches you have all the time, and we've been trained to just take an aspirin and take some kind of medicine for it because our system have trained us to think about the pain and not think about the problem. But you have to understand, why is the pain here? We just take the medicine and we move on with our life because most people just don't want to deal with the pain anymore. But you have to address what is causing the pain? What is the underlying problem? A lot of times when we are having headaches, many of you don't understand that's a nutritional deficiency. That's an imbalance in minerals. That's a potassium problem. When our potassium is low, that means the body's not getting enough hydration and electrolytes and all that there. And because of the connection between, she's going to have to go if she continues with this noise. I'm sorry, my dog is in here and she carrying on. Sodium and potassium they play. No. Listen, I love you, but you got to go today. Bye. Sodium and potassium work together, and it can cause headaches and so many other things. Now, why would your potassium be low? Here we go again. An issue with your liver, or maybe even the kidneys need to be detoxed or flushed out. Nobody's looking at kidney health, but when the kidneys need to be flushed out, the liver needs to be flushed out, your body's telling you because you got that headache. What I want you to understand is pain is your body's way of talking to you. Pain is like, listen, pow, I'm trying to tell you I need some help. But we have been trained to go, oh, I got this pain. Let me go get some pain medicine. Let me call my doctor. Let him write me a prescription. You need to stop that because here's what's happening. Our liver, and I'm going to share with you this right here. This is your best friend. When we put all that medication and all that pain stuff in our body, Our liver cannot process all the synthetics and chemicals and things that we're putting on there. This liver is the hardest working organ in our body, or I should say one. The liver has about 500 jobs that it has to do for all of us. So our liver sits here on our right side, right here. This liver is hard working because all of our other organs and glands rely on this organ. And when this organ gets burdened down, now think about it. If you are that person in your family and everybody rely on you, wouldn't at times you get overwhelmed? It's like, oh, I can't, y'all. Everybody relying on me. Y'all give me a break. That's the liver. The liver's like, listen, y'all, everybody's relying on me. Give me a break for a minute. That's why our liver gets burdened down. And when the liver gets burdened down, it's not going to function properly. And that's like a domino effect for all the other problems. So right now I'm addressing fibroids, and I want to address how fibroids and the liver is connected. If you are a person that you are dealing, and I wrote some notes down so that I don't forget any of this information. So let's talk about fibroids for a moment. Fibroids are growths, and let me get all my stuff here so I don't forget anything. Fibroids are growths in the uterus that are strongly influenced by your hormones, especially estrogen. And because of that, that actually will connect with the fibroids and estrogen. It connects to inflammation. It connects to a sluggish liver. It connects to gut issues. It connects to poor detoxification. And all of this can lead to you having these gynecological fibroids. So the liver's job is to break down and to get rid of excess estrogen. But if this liver is not working properly, if this liver is damaged, if this liver is diseased, if this liver is shrinking, because it can go, this is the size of a liver, it's the size of a football, it weighs about 3 pounds. But when it gets burdened down, it starts to shrivel, shrink, it starts to deteriorate, it looks really bad. This liver can go from looking like this to looking smaller than your kidneys when the liver is struggling. And if the liver is doing that, then guess what happens? What happens? It gets clogged. And now estrogen starts to build up within your body. And this fuels fibroids to grow. So if you don't know why you have fibroids or how you got fibroids, because when you go to your doctor, nobody tells you. They'll tell you it runs in the family. Science hasn't come up with that yet. But if you do your research, like I'm going to tell you now, I always tell everybody, listen, I'm a board certified nutritionist. I stay in my lane. I am not a medical doctor. I'm not trying to be one. But the information that I provide to you is backed by science and it's evidence-based. So just from the information that I just shared with you, why don't you do some research? Type in liver and the connection to fibroids and watch all the information. Hopefully you'll get a good source. Will give you the correct information on how this organ is connected to your fibroid. So in my detox program, and I'm sharing with you what happened to 3 women who was in my program, which there were hundreds, but I'm gonna share one who her story was so phenomenal about her fibroids. But in my detox, what I do is it's not just liquids. You're getting meals, you're getting herbs, you're getting teas, you're getting a breakfast, a lunch, a dinner, a snack, all of that. Most of the time when people come into my detox program, they go, there's so much food. And I explain, well, it's not a lot of food, but it looks like it to you. We're using food as medicine. You're not used to eating a breakfast, and usually breakfast might be light, but the food is feeding the liver, the kidneys, and all of the organs so that they can flush out all of the things that they've been storing up for so long, maybe 10 years, maybe 15, maybe 20 years. But this organ has a lot to do with your fibroids. Another thing that has a lot to do with your fibroids is how your gut is balanced. Now, when your gut is not balanced correctly, what happens is certain bacteria in your gut can reactivate estrogen that the liver was in the process of getting out of the body. So if that estrogen gets reactivated because it can't move anywhere, this is going to cause gut issues. And because what we're doing is we're sending that estrogen where we are recircling it back into the body. And that can cause fibroids. Another thing that can cause fibroids is inflammation. And how do we get inflammation? When this organ is backed up, when it's burdened down, inflammation can sit inside of your body. So I just wanted to share that with you. Another thing that can cause fibroids that connects to your liver, and why am I sharing this, is because I need you to understand the first thing before I share her story. I want to share why her story was so phenomenal. In my detox program, what I focus on is liver health. And if your liver is struggling, that means you have other issues. So in this case, the person who came into my program, her fibroids were so bad that they were about to do surgery. Her doctor was planning for her surgery. And she had already decided it was crippling her to the point was like, yeah, let's get it done. Let's get these fibroids out. She came in on my 30-day program. And in my 30-day program, it's 30 days of me working with you. Every week, you guys see me in a live. We talk. We put it together every week. I'm giving you what you're supposed to have in the form of eating. This is not just about drinking a lot of liquid. It is a powerful detox program. And so in the program, she was trusting the process, and she was eating everything she was supposed to eat. There's juices, there's green leafy vegetables, there's cruciferous vegetables, there's teas like milk thistle, dandelion. We're killing parasites, so we're talking wormwood, we're talking black walnut, all the things that the body really needs. But most importantly, it's the food, because food is the medicine. When you have the right food to detox the body, it cleans out the body in a way that you would never understand, to the point where the pains and problems you have had is starting to subside. And one of the other things that when we do the detox, it actually helps to manage to bring back, it balances blood sugar and your hormones. And the connection to that is when blood sugar is high, your body makes more insulin. And too much insulin throws off your hormones. Too much insulin throws off estrogen, which leaves too much estrogen in the body. And when there's too much estrogen in the body, it's going to reactivate, it's going to recircle itself, and it's going to start producing fibroids. So that's what I wanted to share. So let me tell her story. She had fibroids for years. Doctors couldn't do anything for it. And you know, many of us, because that was me. I remember after I had my first child, the doctor told me I had fibroids. They said they're very small, Debbie, but we're just going to watch them. That's usually what they say until they can't watch it no more, until something happens. But for years, I lived with these fibroids, and they didn't bother me, and I didn't bother it. And the only time we kind of knew there was there is when I went for a gynecological visit and saw that they were there. They grew a little, or they never shrunk. They just would always stay the same, or they would grow a little more. Well, in her case, they were getting bigger and bigger, and it was to the point where it was uncomfortable, and she decided, let's do this. Well, she started my 30-day detox program. She did everything to the letter. And after the detox program, she still was planning on getting the surgery done. But when she went for, I think it was, they were doing for the pre-op, they literally saw that her fibroids, after all these years, started shrinking, to the point where she didn't need the surgery. Of course, and they were going, what you doing? Wait a minute now, this is different. She immediately had to share this. She shared this with the entire group, and I thought this was so amazing. People were clapping and some were crying, because she was like, listen, and in the 30-day, she was very honest. She said she didn't see where my detox program kind of worked for her. We do a live every week, and everyone gets on the call, and you got people that be like, listen, I lost 10 pounds this week. I don't understand how, because we're eating. I slept good. I'm smiling. I'm happy. My anxiety is gone. My mental clarity, my brain fog is better. It's just on and on and on what people are sharing. And she said she was, on the lives. We're on Zoom. She hear everybody telling their phenomenal things that are happening. And she was like, well, ain't nothing happened for me. So she felt she was just going to do it this 30-day, and she tried it. It didn't work. Well, when she finally went for the procedure and they told her that it was shrinking, that's when she gave me a call. She was like, oh, honey, we need to do this again. What else do I need? I need to stay on this journey because it's working. Well, I'm going to say it wasn't me. I'm just a messenger. It was because when we detoxed her body, we were focusing on this right here. We were focusing on her liver mainly, because we don't just focus on the liver. We focus on all 5 detox pathways in my program. But again, remember I mentioned to you the condition of your fibroids has a lot to do with the condition of your liver. If your liver is backed up and clogged, it can't do its job. Remember, its job is to remove waste. Its job is to remove excess estrogen. Well, if it can't do its job, that excess estrogen is building up and building up, and it's turning into fibroids, and it's getting bigger and it's getting bigger. So when we focused on this liver, we weren't feeding the fibroids anymore. We were eating healthy foods, and that fibroid was shrinking because we were doing things to detox the body. So that's one of the things I wanted to share with you guys, how my detox program has helped many people. And not only her, on the call, everybody's very transparent. Some have saying how their cycle is now regular. It hadn't been regular for years. I mean, the stories that I share with different people on what this detox is doing is so phenomenal. And that's why I said today, what I'm going to do, I'm not going to make a juice. I'm not going to make a smoothie. I want to help more people understand why detoxification is necessary. We are living in a time of age where our bodies are bogged down. The trend now is hearing about all the microplastics that we've been eating for years and years and years and continuously tend to eat. Our liver does about 500 jobs for you every day. The liver can't process plastic. It barely can process the medications that we're overloading it with. It can't process the lotion, potion, and creams that we're putting all in our body. It just can't process it all. So when the liver can't process something, guess what our liver do? Our liver's like, listen, I'm going to have to store this because I can't get rid of it. And here's something that the liver store: fat. How many of you knew that your liver is your original personal trainer? That's the other thing. I said the name of this topic today was to share with you the story of 3 women and how this detox was amazing for them. But I will tell you, practically everybody in this detox have said they've lost some type of weight. Now understand, because I put together this 30-day detox, I'm not really focusing on exercise too much. And the reason for that, I didn't want to burden everybody with, now I got you eating differently. Now I'm going to have you sweating and carrying on. You're going to drop out before the end. So I made this that they were going to stick to this. So there really isn't no sweating, no workouts, but everybody is losing weight from 5 pounds to 30 pounds. And a lot of them are losing this weight in the first 2 weeks of this 30-day detox. Why are they losing weight? It is because your liver is your personal trainer. Your liver is the one who determines whether you lose weight or not. Your liver metabolizes fat. That's why many of you who lose weight, most of you lose weight on a caloric diet. What is a caloric diet? That means you're cutting calories, you're eating less to lose the weight. But that's not going to help, because every last one of you who've done that, most of you can say, but I wound up gaining it back as soon as I started eating again. All of it came back. That's because you didn't focus in the right location. If we want to lose weight, you got to talk to your best friend, the liver, because the liver metabolizes fat. And nobody thinks of the liver as the personal trainer, but it is. So let me break it down for you. Your liver doesn't just process toxins. It actually controls how your body burns fat, how your body stores fat, and how it even feels hunger. This right here is what it does. And it's when it's overworked, like I said, weight loss becomes impossible. It's impossible for you to do it. The liver literally controls how fat is burned. So when we want to lose the weight and keep it off, you have to talk to your best friend. And how do you talk to your best friend? 1, give it a push. Help it by eating right, detox. And I want you all to understand that detoxification, we aren't doing anything but giving the body assistance. Our body has its detoxification built on in, but because of our lifestyle, because of the things we've done for 10, 15, 20 years, our detoxification isn't working well. So when we work on liver health, we're just assisting it. We're cleaning house. We're going and we're doing that spring cleaning. We're doing that summer cleaning. We're doing that winter cleaning. But the liver breaks down fat into energy producing molecules. That's what the liver does. And those energy producing molecules are called ketones. And this sends them to your muscles and to your brain. Now, if your liver is sluggish due to, like I said, your toxins, your inflammation, too much sugar, all those different things, and we're going to address sugar too, then it can't break down fat properly. So when it can't break down fat properly, what will the liver do? It's going to store it instead. And so that's why you find yourself having more fat around your arms. You find yourself having more fat around your face. You find yourself having more fat around your belly, that visceral fat. You find yourself having more fat in the butt and the hips and places, even your ankles, places where you're like, how did I get fat there? That is because your liver is like, listen, I can't break it down. I'm struggling. Picture the liver like a sanitation truck working on 3 wheels. It's like, I'm barely getting through. I'm barely getting by. And when that happens, then it stores it instead of burning it. So what do? When we detox, we're helping to get all the gook and junk out of this liver so that it can go back to storing what it does best. And here's something else I want you to know. This is one of the good reasons to understand why the liver is so powerful. This liver, the brain can't function without it. The heart can't function without it. The lungs can't function without it. The kidneys can't function without it. No organ can function without this liver. And like I mentioned, when it's healthy, it's the size of a football, is 3 pounds. But when it's diseased and when it's sick, it can shrivel up to little or nothing. But the liver is the only organ in our body that can literally repair itself, restore itself, and renew itself. And what do I mean by that? I mean that literally. The liver can go down to half the size, maybe this, but once you change your diet, once you help it with the right type of detox, once you change your whole mindset, the liver is the only organ that can grow back. And when I say grow back, I literally mean grow back. I mean like a lizard where its tail got cut off and the lizard can grow a tail back. This is the only organ in our body. What other organ in our body do you know that can do that? Our heart can't grow back. Once the heart starts having problems, the heart is having problems. And how does, at least here in the United States, Western medicine treat heart problems, heart disease with medication, with a stent, with different things. But the heart can't grow back. You know, there is no organ. If you get a toe cut off or a finger cut off, it can't grow back. Anything on our body that gets cut off, even when we have 2 kidneys, and a lot of times they'll go, well, you don't need both. You can just take one. Even if they take one, another won't grow back. But in the case of the liver, when you change your diet, when you change your lifestyle, when you start feeding the liver-loving, liver-friendly foods, when you put the alcohol aside, when you put the processed sugar aside, this organ can start to renew, literally renew. Again, that's backed by science. That's not my story. So again, if this is the only organ that can renew itself, then you have to understand the power of this organ. It's your everything. This is your real best friend, because when something goes wrong, you need this to help. This is why my client who had serious issues with fibroids no longer need the surgery, because she was working on liver health. And now she's feeling better. This is why many people that was in my detox program who were having issues like high blood pressure, every time they go to the doctor since the detox, they are telling me on our calls that the doctor's showing her or him, because I got men in here too, that their pressure is normal. And they're saying that their pressure hadn't been normal in 20 years, 15 years. And these are people that I guess I would say I made a believer. But I always say, I'm just the messenger. I put the program together. I'm a nutritionist. I know how to feed you. I know how to utilize food as medicine. That's all I'm doing. This gift came from God. And that's why he made only one organ in the body to be replaceable, because it can fix itself. Because if you understand the power of this, then you understand how you can recover in your health. Everything in our body You have to believe this. The body can heal itself in the right environment. So when you detox the right way, because there's also the wrong way to detox, but when you detox the right way, you are helping your organs. You are helping the 5 detox pathways, which is your liver, which is your kidneys, which is your skin, your lymphatic system, and your colon. You are helping these organs get back in shape. And then your body rewards you with health and vibrancy. It rewards you with walking with a strut. It rewards you with beautiful skin. It rewards you with your hair growing back. It rewards you with a good night's sleep. It rewards you with the chance of laughing and being happy again. Because when the liver is disrupted, most cases the gut is disrupted. And 80% of our hormones is produced in the gut, specifically serotonin and dopamine. Serotonin is the feel-good hormone. So when we don't feel good, we don't laugh, we're not happy, we're depressed, we're going through anxiety, we need to look at our gut health. And if we look at our gut health, you got to look at the liver, because it's a domino effect. And how do we fix that? How do we help it? Just doing the right things, eating right, helping the liver, drinking a lot of liquids, things of those natures. And then there's other things that the body needs, the liver needs, the kidney loves. And these are the things that I offer in my 30-day program. Something else I wanted to share with you guys. I wanted to talk about how the liver regulates blood sugar and insulin. And these are for my people with type 2 diabetes. Your liver stores excess sugar from your meals, Your liver stores excess sugar from your meals as glycogen. I can't talk. Where is my water? Excuse me one second, guys. And then your liver releases it when your blood sugar drops. Now, if your liver is overworked or if your liver is fatty, it gets confused and keeps pumping out sugar even when you don't even need it. And that causes insulin resistance, that causes the constant hunger, and that causes the big one, that sugar craving, where you crave sweets and you crave carbs. It's because of an imbalance right here. So again, these are all the things that I'm sharing that most of you are dealing with, and you just deal with it. You don't ask no questions. The doctor told you had high blood pressure. You said, okay, I'll take this medicine. I don't like it, but I'll do it. But what I want you to do is, and I'm not telling you to challenge your doctor, I'm telling you to have a conversation with your doctor in regards to it. Detox should be a part of our lifestyle now, because our bodies are all burdened down. Thank you, Sonia, for the amen. Our life is so bogged down. If it's not stress, because stress can trigger so many things, to trigger inflammation. Stress can trigger the liver to start having problems. Our stress, our anxiety, our medications, our choices of food, our choices of drink and cocktail, our choice of association, because sometimes who we are associating with is causing our stress. And then that can lead into gut issues, which can lead into leaky gut issues, which can lead into your hormones not producing well, and now you're depressed and going through anxiety. So what I have been seeing in my detox program, and I say this, and I'll share this with you all, and I tell this to my group, every month we have a new group. When we first get on that first Monday, I may have a few hundred people on a call on Zoom, and they're all sitting looking at me like this on Zoom. And I'm sitting here, hello everyone, welcome to your 30-day detox and parasite cleanse. And everybody's like, hi, Debbie. Most of them like, yeah, what is this? What I just spent my money on? Is this some crap? And I'm looking at everybody because I'm used to it. I was like, oh, wait till a week or two. Watch, I see her smiling. And I'm saying that to you all because in that first week, everybody's hand is folded. Everybody looking all serious. Nobody asking any questions and, just being who they are. That's fine. Because I always know, wait until you get into this detox. Watch how things change. And if anybody here is on this call that has been on my detox, please comment and share your experience. But then when we get to the second week of the detox, when we get on live, when I tell you hi, Debbie, hello, oh, I can't wait to tell you, the whole person, the room changes. And I see this every month. Why? Because when the liver is backed up, That means all the organs are backed up. That means the gut is struggling. That means the brain is struggling. Then you are just, you're not really you. You stick to yourself. You're cautious of everybody. But when the body gets cleaned, then you are who God meant you to be, where you're loving, you're happy, you're just a genuine person. Many of you don't even know that you are that person anymore because of how life has taken you down. But this is why I thought this detox was just so amazing for me. And it was going to be a one-time thing. I was just going to do the detox. Whoever joined, I was going to share it with them. I was going to be on board live and move on to my next project. But because this detox has been so overwhelming in the success stories from men and women, I had a conversation with my God and I said, you know what? I'm gonna stay with this for a minute because this is helping lives. This is people are changing right before their own eyes, and I see it on Zoom. And then after that, people are like, what do I do next? What happens after 30 days? I don't want to go back. This is great. And I always share with people, I go, in this detox, probably by the end, you're going to like your spouse again. And everybody start laughing because after a while when you marry, you be like, oh my God, he get on my nerves, she get on my nerve. But I had people that tell me that. I had one wonderful person share with me a couple of weeks ago that her daughter noticed it. She said she was combing her daughter's hair. And her daughter said, Mommy, you're not mean anymore. And she shared that with us. And we thought that was so funny because when we cleanse this body, the body don't want to be bogged down. That's why you're mean and irritable. And because the body is unhappy and you unhappy and you don't know how to express anything else. But when we get all that poison out, all those toxins out, when we're pooping good, when all of that, you are wonderful. You're not mean. You're not fussy. You have patience. And I know for myself, it worked for me because when I tell everybody, if many of you know me, I'm from New York, born and raised. And many of us New Yorkers, we're very transparent. We keep it real with you every day. If we don't like you, you're going to know. We're not trying to hurt your feeling, but you're going to know we don't like you. That's just who we are. And that's who I was. I was that straight New Yorker. I had to be straight with you. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, but this is how it is. Well, once I detoxed, once I did a whole lot of things different in my body over the years, I noticed that my personality changed because once upon a time I was a gatekeeper. I would have never shared. I would have never come on social media and share with you my secrets and things on how to improve your health. But I realized God shared it with me. I see that it's working. Let me keep this going on. But I'm just saying how it changed my life to be this happy person. When I go back to New York to visit, I'm walking down the street. Hi, how are you? Hello, hi. People are looking at me like I'm crazy because New Yorkers don't smile at each other. They don't wave. They don't talk. If they don't know you, it's not happening. I'll be on the train. Hi. So, people, sometimes they look at me strange. They might do a little wave, but like something wrong with this lady. They want to get away from me. But it is because I am a different person. I am happy the way God was made us to be. We were supposed to be happy, loving, love our neighbors, all that there. But so that's when you detox. That's how it changes you. So if you are a person and you're going through depression, you're going through anxiety, you're irritable all the time, everybody get on your nerve. It's not you. It's because your gut is imbalanced. It's because you're dealing with nutritional deficiency. It's because your liver is all clogged, backed up. It's because you're storing fat. Your thyroid is not working right. And that's another thing. How many of you have a thyroid problem? And nobody ever made the connection that your thyroid and your liver are best friends. If you have a thyroid problem, you have a liver problem. And in reverse, if you have a liver problem, you might have a thyroid problem. But if your thyroid is an issue, we have to look at the liver. That's all the things that the liver can do to improve. What did I do with that? I don't know. Did I put it here? That's not it. I always print out stuff and I don't know what to do with it. I feel like, no, maybe I didn't print it out. Give me 1 second. I want to share with you that all the things that the liver can do real quick so that you all understand that this is not a joke here. So here is the role of the liver. Did you know that your liver, it's the hardest working organ. So your liver filters every single drop of blood. So that's about 1.5 liters of blood every minute. Your liver breaks down fat, like I told you. It's the personal trainer, and it decides whether it's going to burn it or it's going to store it. Well, if it's plugged up, clogged up, stuck, it's going to store it. And that's how you wind up gaining all this extra weight. Your liver produces bile to help digest your food. So when we talk about bile, we have to connect to the gallstones and gallbladder. So if any of you had gallstones, any of you had your gallbladder removed, hello. I wish they would have looked to see what was going on in your liver. Your liver stores vitamins and your minerals. It stores your iron, it stores your copper, and it stores your B12. And I'll stop right there. Those three minerals, iron, copper, B12, this hair needs that for survival. Hair needs that for being strong and healthy. Well, if the liver is not functioning well, it's not storing the iron. Hair needs copper. Copper has a lot to do with the pigment and color of your hair and all that there. Hair needs the iron. Hair needs the oxygen. Hair needs all of that. Hair needs B12. If the liver is not functioning properly, you are going to have hair loss because your liver is not able to store the vitamins that it needs. Also, vitamin D. The connection to vitamin D in the liver is hand in hand. When you are vitamin D deficient and you having issues, you got to go back to the liver. And here's another one, hair loss. Vitamin D plays a major role in hair loss. So how many of you, a doctor, have told you that you're vitamin D deficient and you notice that your hair is thinning, it won't grow back, it's brittle, all that there? That is because the vitamin D has receptors, and those receptors actually help in the anagen stage. The anagen stage is the stage of hair growth where hair grows. Well, if you're lacking vitamin D, there are no vitamin D receptors to help that hair grow. So if you are deficient in vitamin D, it's likely your liver is the problem and it's your hair. So when we help the liver and we clean that liver out, now we're giving our hair, our follicle, our skin a chance to revive itself. Your liver converts excess sugar into stored energy, which is very important when we're talking about diabetes and things of that nature. Your liver helps your thyroid function properly. Your liver balances cholesterol levels. So how many of you were told your cholesterol is high? Guess what? Because the liver balances cholesterol levels. So what do? Let's start with detoxification. There may be some more. If the liver can't break it down, then that's going to be a problem, and that might be the cause of fibroids. Your liver removes harmful chemicals, pesticides, and medication, which is a big deal here. Pesticides, chemicals, and medication is what normally clogs up the liver in a big way. Your liver supports your mood and your mental clarity, and your liver creates proteins that help your blood clot properly. Now, everything that I just mentioned there, all of you are like, oh, that relates to something on your body. So if you got nothing out of this video today, it's that you need to learn more about the health of your liver. Thank you, Mardine. You like my shirt. Thank you. We will be having this on sale soon for what the health is wrong with you. It's not what you think. But your liver controls all of that. And get this, a sluggish liver won't always show up in our labs, because most of the time our doctors aren't looking at our liver, but that's where they should. When we walk into our office, maybe when you have a pain, you go to your doctor, you be like, look, I want a liver test. How about that? They'll probably look at you like, who you been talking to? But that's because it's not showing up on labs. So it can show up as fatigue, it can show up as belly fat, it can show up as acne, it can show up as joint pain, show up as mood swings, and definitely hair loss, but it might not show up on that lab. So when you're wanting to detox, that's your way of helping your body, not hurting it, especially when you're doing it the right way. One other thing I wanted to share with you, another person I thought was so amazing in my detox group was someone who had serious eye problems. How many of you knew or know that your liver has a lot to do with your vision? That's a big one. So I wrote this down so y'all wouldn't forget it. So I'm just going to read from here. The liver, and this is me writing, so this ain't chat here. This is Debbie. The liver is your true behind-the-scenes eye doctor. The liver stores and regulates vitamin A. And vitamin A is very important. So when you have issues with your eyes, I like juicing with zucchini. I like juicing with asparagus. I like juicing with foods that have vitamin A. Even carrots. Carrots have beta carotene, but it converts into vitamin A. Vitamin A is very important for the eye. And I'm just going to read it, what I wrote down. Vitamin A is critical for retina function, especially for seeing in low light or night vision. The liver stores about 90% of the body's vitamin A. Isn't that something? Nobody knew that. When needed, the liver converts and releases vitamin A into an active form of retinol and retinal. There's two, which are then sent to the retina and used in rods and cones of your eyes. So I'm sharing this because in one of my classes, we had a woman come on, and she had to share her story. And this was the first one that I heard. She had said that she had had vision problems for over 20 years. She said she started the detox program, and in week 1, she noticed clarity in her eyes. But in week 2, she said that her vision cleared up so well that she hadn't seen that clear in years. So let me just say this. It could very well be the foods that I put into my detox program, because I don't just send you with detox with herbs and stuff. I have a menu for you, and everybody will tell you the foods are good. The foods are delicious. Food is medicine, so I need you to eat this. So I'm making these recipes. You get the ingredients, the whole 9 in it. Now, I know that the detox flossing out her liver helped, but here's something that also, and I shared with her, she could have had parasites, because parasites are showing up behind our eyes. Parasites are showing up in our brain. Parasites are showing up in our belly. And when parasites, tapeworms, pinworms, giardia, when they show up, they don't show up where we see them. Okay, and our doctors aren't testing us for parasites when we're having these problems, but she could have very well had parasites that was there. And when we do this my 30-day detox is a full whole body from head to toe type of detox. We may have eliminated some parasites. I'm not sure if it's the parasites or the foods that are rich in vitamin A, but this person said after 20 years, her vision is starting to improve. So when I decided today that I wanted to do this "What the health is wrong with you" version today, I said, I want to talk about the results that people are getting, because this is telling a story. This is real. Where people are struggling, people are looking for ways to how to heal. We are more health conscious today than we have ever been. And people are looking for natural ways. People are looking for holistic ways. And so I was like, listen, I found a way. I'll share it with you if you want to listen. Here we go. So that's why I want you all to know. And then I remember some months ago when I started the detox with everybody, because I was doing it, of course, obviously was holding on to some weight too. I had some people say, oh, you look too skinny, talking about me. I didn't try to lose any weight. That's the thing. You will lose weight without trying. Whatever that excess weight that your liver has been holding on to and storing it, once you start to detox, it's getting out of there. It's getting out of there. So for me, obviously I had some visceral fat around the belly. Obviously I had some fat other places, and people would go, you look skinny. And I'm like, well, I ain't trying to. I'm in my own program with my whole crew, and I'm eating good and I'm doing things, and the weight is coming off. I know the bowel movement that I had was amazing, and I will share that with you. So for all of you who deal with constipation and poop once every other few days, that's another big thing. People are like, oh my God, my poop, not only is it soft, but I'm going to the bathroom regularly. I didn't even know I could do that. That's because the body was just backed up. The colon might have been backed up. They're just different things. So you're not burdened, basically, you're backed up. And that's what this detox is all about. So I am hoping that you all enjoyed what I wanted to share with you today. My team has put here in the notes, I know on I think this is YouTube where I am in the middle, how you can link up to the next detox class, because I start the class at the beginning of the month. I shut it down at the end of the month so that I can give everybody the attention they need when the new class starts. Plus, there are things that you have to get in order to be in the program. I'm sending you a meal plan for 30 days. I'm sending you all the different things that you need to do. We need probiotics in this, because as we're cleaning up the body, we got to put back good probiotics. We got to put good microbes back into the body. So there's a lot of different things that you need. So we shut down the program maybe 4 days or so before the end of the month to give everybody who's signed up time to get all they need so that we all can start together as a community. And it has been amazing. So if any of you are really looking for an opportunity to just see the difference in your life, I would say detox. And you don't have to detox with me. This wasn't about buying my detox program. This was about me sharing with you the importance of detoxification in our life at this stage of our life, with all the microplastics, with all the pesticides, with all the stress, with all the sugar and processed foods. This was just saying, hey, your issue might be the body needs a full cleaning, and maybe you haven't done so yet. So why don't you do this and help your body out? So I'm hoping that I've helped. I don't know if I have some time for some questions. Thank you for all the hearts. Thank you, Flor. She says, I'm an RN and been looking for you. Well, I've been looking for you too, Flor. Is it Flor D? Oh, Flor D. I got these glasses on. Hopefully I can see better. Thank you all. I got a couple of moments. If somebody have a question they want to ask and I can see it. Because normally I'm in my kitchen and I'm doing juicing and I'm doing some smoothies and I'm showing y'all purple cabbage and all the foods that is medicine that God has provided for us to help our body. But today I thought I'm going to sit.
Where they can find the detox?
I'm going to do that again. I'm sitting in my office to tell you detox, detox, detox. And if you come across somebody that say, no, you don't need to detox because the body does it itself, please tell them, yes, the body can do it. As a matter of fact, there's 5 ways the body can do it. But the body is struggling because I have pain. I know that. I have inflammation. I know that. I have hair loss. I know that. Just start naming some pains. Ask them, do you have this? That means if you're having a pain, then that means the detox pathways are not working correctly. So when we detox, all we're doing is giving the body a boost. We're not taking over detoxification. We can't. God made it that the body can do this, but we just need to assist it. So again, Reese, hi Deb, does this detox help with perimenopause symptoms? Oh, honey. Well, when I tell you on my live, I have people talking about perimenopause, postmenopause, the heavy bleedings, the menstrual cycles. People are seeing differences and changes in their body because most of us who are dealing with, and your perimenopause could very well be detoxification, that the body is backed up. So I will tell you, come and try it out and see for yourself how this strengthens. I was reading somebody else's, how this can help your body. Hi, Shalaki, I hope I said that right. First time live here from Europe. Europe in the house. Hello, hello. I come every week, guys, just so you know. If you don't know me and you were scrolling through and you decided to stay, I am Debbie Williams. I'm a board certified nutritionist. I've been on this social media space for about 15 years. So I've been here way before all of the stuff that's going on now. TikTok, I had a strong relationship with TikTok, got probably over 2 million, 3 million followers over there. But I've been on YouTube for about 15 years, always sharing. Some of you may see me different. I was the person who started that rice water thing back in the day. And when I was saying, listen, you want to grow your hair? Let me show you how to make this rice water. That was me. Now L'Oreal and everybody else every brand, beauty brand got a rice water product. So when I come with the realness. I'm not a gatekeeper. I come with ways to share with you how to improve your health naturally. So if you are interested in the detox, this live will be on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, Ask Debbie About Hair and Health. And you will see that there will be a link there that shows you how you can join and sign up for the next class. And one of the things that we have in my next class is when you sign up before the end of the month, you all get a free one-on-one consultation with me. Now, my consultation alone is about $300. So you get a free consultation. And why? Because I want to know your story. I want to know your health journey. I want to know your goals. I want to know your destination. So therefore, if I can assist you on that journey in some way, somehow, I will. So thank you all for joining me today for What the Health is Wrong with You. It's not what you think. I will see you guys. I don't know if it's next Friday, but I will see you guys. I'm not sure. I got to ask Jay on my calendar. What am I doing next Friday? But I will see you guys on my next live. Thanks for showing up. Hi, Deb. Love it, love it, love it. Love you too.